Welcome back, you guys, to we can say you can't clip my wings and Vita One Clothing Talk Shop Live. Welcome back, you guys. I know. It is a new year, right? We had a nice quiet year went out for us. I wanted to not overwhelm you guys with so much stuff, but I hope you learned something last year when I started this show. I really didn't start this show to do what I have actually been doing with it, but I'm glad it went into this direction. So I am so happy that it did. But welcome back to Coach Celeta. Okay. Welcome back to yourself. Okay. Let's say that too. Because when you come on here, it has a lot to do with you. Okay. This is not always about me. My stories, because people don't understand. When I tell you guys these stories, y'all like she making up stuff as we go. No. This is live. This is real life situations that I'm talking about. Not all the scenarios I use, but the stories I tell are actually stories from my life or someone I know's life. I told you I always use me as an example because I cannot talk about stuff I'm not familiar with. It doesn't work for me. I have to really research to come with some situation that has nothing to do with me or I've never experienced, right? And so through the knowledge and through the research, yeah, I can talk about certain things. Certain things I cannot. But everyday life, everybody should be able to have a story. And it's so good if you have a story to tell. Definitely tell your story. And that's what we do here, right? We tell our stories. Now, one of our listeners and one of our viewers wanted to talk about some episodes or some parts of this book right here. If you participated in my last webinar, this was the gift that you got for participating. Okay. And so one of the comments were actually, matter of fact, it was last year. They wanted to see if we could go over this book. Usually that's what I do. Actually, I go over the book when I do my Empower Her talk show. I went over several of them. I think I've went over two or three of my books already on there, broken down. Now, over here, my only issue over here is I'm not familiar with how picture on picture works in this genre. When I'm on my other platforms, I know how sharing the screen is. This doesn't have sharing the screen. You actually have to have a website, a URL, in order um, to bring up anything. Well, my book is not on a URL, so I would have to read it from here. So you guys can't see the pictures. If we were over on StreamYard, you could actually see the pictures on my platform over there. Actually have the pages on there. But nonetheless, it's not anything I'm complaining about because I really wanted you guys to see what I was talking about. That's the reason why I know a lot of people are visual. So I wanted to kind of get you guys to visualize what I'm talking about. But that's fine because we're going to go through the book. We're going to go through a couple of pages. I'm excited. I'm excited because the first Monday of this year, which is Monday, actually Monday, is going to be our reclamation of a revelation webinar. That's our first webinar of the year. And I'm excited to share so much great things with you guys, great stories. We're going to get real deep into it. To the ones who actually registered, and for the ones that I actually sent the emails to, because these are private groups. Okay, first of all, I'm inviting you guys to send me your email address. And I'm not doing everybody all at one time. We're private groups, small groups, 4 to 5 people at the most, that I'm inviting to our webinars. As we get bigger, then there will be more. But right now, 4 to 5 people. I sent about 10 invites out, and whoever answers those invites, they come in, and you have to stay throughout the whole webinar in order for me to gift you. This is not, well, I'm glad you know, it's these gifts I'm giving you are gifts that you can use. And this is one of them. Okay. This is one of them. The next one, the one that we're doing for this Monday, I'm going to be giving away the friendship checklist, and you're also going to get a worksheet, okay, to go with that. I told you guys about the journal that I'm working on. It's a 120 page, close to 120 page journal that I'm working on, trying to get that out. It's going to take me a minute, but I'm going to get it out. Um, I'll get it out before the month out. Let me say it that way. I'm not promising anybody anything, but I'm going to try to because of all the other things that I do. So yeah, so we're going to go over this book today. Um, you guys, if you go to our landing page, yeah, the landing page for You Can't Clip My Wings, under shop, you will definitely see that we still have everything on sale. The things that I have on sale, I bumped up some of the things back to the regular prices, but everything else is on sale. Matter of fact, I think this is only $6.99, either $4.99 or $6.99 downloadable. Any of the ebooks and stuff, I think I went down on the prices on the ebook. I have a coloring book on there you guys can check out. If you go over to You Can't Clip My Wings /shop, and you'll see all the things that are on sale. The dresses, our wrap dresses are still on, they're still 59 bucks. If you want to grab one of those, you can purchase it off of here too, if you want to, off of Talk Shop Live. And they're not for everybody, but whoever wants to order one, I'm fine with that. I told you what comes with that. I don't mind adding, I'm going to have a Start Healthy magazine to go with that, and an affirmation card. And if you go and I think, yeah, that's what we were offering on that. So that was for the wrap dresses. So I'm excited for Monday. I know you guys haven't seen you. Well, you haven't even advertised it. No, because I don't have to advertise it. You guys know if you're gonna come. If I sent you an invite, if I sent you an email invite, then you know that I'm asking you to come. I'm wanting you to be there. So that is Monday at 7 o'clock. On our StreamYard platform. I'm going to do that. So what else did I want to check in with you guys? Okay, so I know in the description I asked certain questions. What have we learned in 2025? What are we bringing into 2020? Are we going to leave what happened in 2025 in 2025, or are we going to bring it forward? Those, I think those kind of some of the questions that I asked in our description tonight. But I definitely want to talk about it. I did a Substack post, and I was talking about resolutions. I don't do resolutions. I stopped doing resolutions like years ago, because I know me. I change my mind too much, and if I say I'm gonna do something at the beginning of the year, and maybe it's because I have issues with staying focused. And at first, when I first made that decision, I learned that I didn't learn the art of pivoting in certain situations or goals that I set up for myself. Well, now that I do, I don't want to put that pressure on myself. So instead of me just putting all that pressure, I just do what I said I'm going to do. If I said, oh, don't forget, we definitely have a radio station coming up, Rooted and Rising Radio um, is coming online. I'm in the process, you guys. This is not an easy task, okay? Because I want to do a lot of my shows live. Well, you have to have your software and everything set up to do that. Because I can turn it on now and have it playing, but I want to do some live shows with you guys. So in order for me to do live shows with you guys, like I want to do my old DJ and stuff, I have to be able to have everything configured correctly. So I'm in the process of doing that, getting that taken care of. So that will be coming online. So if you know anybody who has any type of music that they're not getting played anywhere else, let me know. Okay. Now um, I don't do hip hop and rap and all that kind of stuff, that nasty, trashy music. I will not play that. Never have on any of my stations do I play that. We're not going to start. So if you have somebody who has some real nice, maybe some jazz music, maybe some good melodies, solos, whatever, if they want their music played, let me know. Okay. I prefer I can have male or female, but I prefer women, um, because this radio station is based off of what I would like for women to have, their room, their place where they can feel comfortable and listen to great music. And in the meantime, I'm also making music to go along with it. Now, if you guys know anything about copywriting, and you don't want to overstep your boundaries with a lot of music. A lot of music I'm not playing because it's copyrighted music. So, and I'm talking about our artists that we listen to today and we listen to last, and what we grew up with. I can't play their music on my radio station, because you have to have a certain type of license, and it's not cheap. And since I am not off the bat um, having revenue come in right off the bat, I'm not going to take that chance and lose what I'm doing. So that's why I love indie music. I love indie music. Okay. I have interviewed so many indie artists, make some beautiful music. So if you know anybody who want their music played that has that type of soulful, neo soul, jazz, let me know. Hit me up. Tell them, hey, I got somebody who want to play. Let them know that I don't mind doing an interview and adding their music to our playlist on Rooted in Radio. I mean, Rooted and Rising Radio. Okay, so hit me up on that. Um, I will be coming out with all that later on, promoting that, if you want advertising, if you want your music played on our radio station, this is the guidelines in order to have it done. I don't have a problem with that, none whatsoever. I've done it before. I don't have a problem doing it again. Because I know a lot of people are just playing the music in certain areas because they can't get it on local radio stations and stuff. And online, certain people, certain radio stations do still have guidelines that that some people can't play indie music on. Well, I'm gonna give you the opportunity to play your music on my radio station. If you have anybody who knows that have any shows that they want, let me know, hit me up. Let me tell you something. I promise you, if they have any type of podcast or anything that they want to see their podcast played on another platform, hit me up. Okay. Tell them to hit me up. Okay. We can work some stuff out to get them on our radio station. I did it before. When I say I did it before, I did it before. I did it before on Universal Collective Network when we were with Airtime Pro. I did it for a long time, and I had a wonderful lineup. I had some wonderful podcasters that had beautiful shows, awesome shows that were coming up, and they got up in the lineup, and they would send me their podcast, or I let them know when I'm going to slot them in, get them slotted in. They send them to me, or I'll just go pick them up. When I say pick them up, I go to their websites and pick up their and get them into our radio station. So, like I said, I've been doing this stuff for a while, and I enjoy doing it. And for me to make a decision to go back into it after so many years of being out of it, being out of that job, that section of radio, I said I'm going to do it again. So I decided to take on that role and create Rooted and Rising, that is going to be dedicated to the African American woman, the melanated woman, a woman who needs her space. And if you have anybody who likes to tell stories, storytelling, we're going to have all that, all kinds of stories, okay? Um, Even like with audiobooks, I can't even play audiobooks on there unless it's my own stuff, or if someone gives me permission to play their stuff, their books on there. I don't mind doing that at all. But I definitely want to make sure I'm getting full permission, especially when you start bringing in revenue. You don't want to mess that up. Okay, so that's on that section. I just wanted to give you all that to think about. Okay, coming up, I'm going to say by by the end of the month I should be up and running. Okay, I'm gonna say that for January. Um, and if you want to even be interviewed on our show, I can set you up. If you have a story you want to tell, we can do that too. We can get you interviewed live on the show, without a doubt. Okay. Okay, so we talked about, I want to make sure I got everything in because there's a lot going on and having everything prioritized. Um, I'm working on also to empower her um, on another level. That's my show I do on AOC, which is public access television. So I'm trying to, well, I guess I got to call them Monday. I'll talk to them Monday and see something I want to do. So again, before we get started, remember you can go to You Can't Clip My Wings. Let me put that in the chat. You can go to You Can't, one whole word, forward shop, and check out the products we have over there that you can get a hold to, something that you want over there. You can get a copy of this book. That's our new ebook. And this is the other one, Empowerment, the Melanated Woman Playbook for Time Management and Leadership. Okay, this is our other book you can get. Now, we'll be talking about this one too. The other books that are on there, these have different covers to it. I did, this is another book that's on there. It's called Path. I think I changed the cover to it. Path to Greatness, Strategies for Women to Make a Mark in This World. This is another book that's on there that you should see. I think this is the book I did on on my Empower Her show. And remember, I don't know if you guys remember, I was giving this away. Steps to Clarity, a guided journal for self-discovery. I was giving this away, kind of old. I've been having it in here for a while. And these are just filling out different, it gives you questions. It's asking questions and then you fill it out. I think that's still on there too. Um, but yeah, um, great things are out there. And like I said, I've been doing this a while. There's several books on there that I've done, ebooks that you guys can check out. See if it's what you want to look at. It doesn't take long to read these, and you can make notes. You can take notes with it and everything. So today we're going to go ahead and get started. I think I've talked long enough to you guys. I think I over talked everything that I am attempting, but I want you guys to know that I am trying to make sure I have information. You guys also on You Can't Clip My Wings. I don't even talk about my blogs. Check out our blogs on there. Now, I haven't written a blog. I will confess, I haven't written a blog in a long time. But what I like to do is every now and then I like to go back and read my older blogs. So if you get an opportunity to go on there, check out our blogs on there. Awesome, awesome, awesome things on there, right? Subject matter. If you get a chance to go to my Substack, go to my Substack, Celeta McCall. You can't miss it. Go to my Substack and read some of the posts I've been putting on there. It's been a while. I think no. Let me take that back. I just don't write as often as I used to because you know what? I have to feel it. If I don't feel it, I can't talk about it. It's hard for me to talk about something I don't feel. I just if it's not in my mind to say, okay, I'm gonna go ahead. And sometimes I'll sit down at this computer and start writing, and then I get up and I erase it. I don't know why. Because I think a lot of things in my head, everybody doesn't want to hear it. That's what I think. That's my problem. Is because I think in my head, everybody doesn't want to hear what I'm talking about. So lots of times I I don't I erase what I want to say. Okay. But when when I get in that mode to write, I will write. Okay. So if you have a copy of our book, Empowering Women's Lives, if you have a copy of this ebook, this is the ebook we're going to go over. Now, if you don't have one right now, I really, really encourage you to get it because this is what we're going to be talking about probably on here for a little bit. Um, this has some real good stuff in it. So we're going to be probably coming back and doing different sections of this. Unless something else comes up, we're definitely going to be switching up. Okay. So we're going to start with chapter 1. Chapter 1 talks about understanding stress in today's world because, it's a whole, probably a different level of stress. Okay. So that's what I need. I knew it was something I needed. I need And I had one long time ago, and I don't know what happened to it. It's one of those things that you can sit your books on when you're reading, like if you're doing a cookbook or something like that, like if you're in the kitchen. Well, I need one of those stands, those book stands, so that I can have it sit up so I won't be looking down all the time. Okay, but anyway, it's just we're going to start out talking about the nature of stress. What is stress? Anybody knows what stress is? What do you think stress is? Okay, what is stress? What is stress? How do you guys define stress? Okay, how do you define stress? What is stress to you? How do you see stress? Um, is we know stress is not good for us, right? But is there a thing called good stress and bad stress? Could it be? I don't know. Anybody know? Okay, that's all right. That's all right. So stress is an inherent part of human experience, the human experience. That's what stress is. So it's something that automatically happens to us, right? It says, particularly for women who often juggle, okay, multiple roles and responsibilities. Lots of times that's what we have to do. We're doing a lot of things. Like I was just telling you guys, um, I'm trying to get everything streamlined and everything running smoothly for me because it'll work for me. And when I'm creating something, I need to make sure that it's connected to what I'm doing because I don't have to create all this world doing a whole bunch of stuff. So everything needs to be streamlined. So I did get a chance to streamline some things, which I am very happy. I'm just so happy I did. I was able to do that. So when we have a lot of things going on in our lives, we got the kids, we got soccer, we got basketball, we got the band, we got the cheerleader. When you got all these things and you got to be in these 500 different places, you're working a full time job, you're a full time mother, you know. You might be taking on some stuff that you're doing for yourself, so you're full time that too. So, yeah, we take on a lot of responsibilities, and that can cause the stress that happens to us, right? Um, it says understanding the nature of stress is crucial for women seeking to build confidence, right? And enhance self-esteem. Yes, yes, yes. It will come on us and it will take us, right? And enfold us and bend us up like a pretzel, right? Stress can manifest in various forms, right? It says from emotional and psychological strains to physical symptoms. Yes, stress. I don't know if you ever heard the saying stress kills. Well, yeah, that's what they're talking about. Um, it says here recognizing these signals is the first step towards managing stress effectively and reclaiming a sense of control in one's life. So once you get a grip on what stress is and how it works on us, we can then find a way to manage it. Okay, we can get all the things we need to manage it, right? The sources of stress can be diverse. It says ranging from workplace challenges and personal relationships, yes, and societal experience. Okay. For many women, the pressure to excel in all areas can lead to overwhelming feelings of inadequacy. So we're trying to make sure we're leveling on every level. Okay, there's no room. We got to do this, got to do that. I got to be the best this, I got to be the best that. I got to, and it's like we're competing. Are we competing with ourselves or are we competing with other people? Right? Or sometimes we're doing both and we don't realize we're doing both. Right? It is essential to not it to. I'm sorry. It is essential to acknowledge that stress is not a sign of weakness, but rather a common response to life's challenges. Yeah, so we sometimes, and maybe that's how we look at stress as being a sign of weakness. When, hey, it's my reaction to things that are going on in my life on a daily basis that sometimes can be overwhelming for me. Point blank. I mean, that's what it's saying. It says here, embracing this understanding can help women view their experiences through a lens of empowerment rather than defeat. So, knowing that you can do all these things, how do I make it better for myself? How do I put things where they need to be in my life, right? How do I organize? So, my stress, and my stress is not something always bad, okay? My stress doesn't necessarily mean it's something always bad. I just got to know how to manage it, okay? So, moreover, it says the impact of stress on mental and physical health is profound. Yes, chronic stress can lead to anxiety, depression, and various health issues, right? Reinforcing the importance of stress management techniques, women must prioritize self care practices that promote relaxation and well being. This could include mindfulness, exercise, or engaging in hobbies that bring them joy and fulfillment. Yes, 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 that is also true. And we don't even realize how true all this is. We have to learn how to deal with stress management. We have to. We have to figure out um, what type of um, provisions that will help us work with stress management. It says building resilience um, is vital in navigating the chaotic nature of life, right? Women can develop coping strategies and support systems that strengthen their ability to handle stress. Yes, yes. Sharing experience with others can foster a sense of community understanding, reinforcing the notion that no one is alone in their struggles. That's right. A good support group, okay? This collective experience can be a powerful tool in overcoming stress and building a lasting confidence. Also, it is a way to build a community. People who are like-minded sometimes can be good, so you can help your community deal with stress. Find different ways of dealing with your stress that somebody that you might not do but somebody else might benefit from, right? So be able to share that information. That's why I love doing it the way we do it, because I'm able to share information when something goes. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to do everything that I show you, but I do want to make sure you get that information. So you guys can always go back and watch some of our old shows on here and get some information from you. You can get some of the journal prompts from us, right? All that kind of stuff is already there for you. If you're trying to work on being a better you, okay, the best thing to do is find those avenues, find those resources to do that with, right? Ultimately, understanding the nature of stress is recognizing its role, right, in personal development. Let's see if I can do that. Yeah, in personal development. By confronting stress head on and equipping themselves with an effective management technique, right? Women can transform their experiences into opportunities for growth. That's right. This journey not only enhances self esteem, but also empowers women to thrive in a world that often feels chaotic and demanding, right? Um, so yeah, definitely, you find the different things that we can do, and hopefully in this book, we can find those things, right? And see this information. That's why this information is so important, because we need this. We need to talk about how do we deal with so many things, right? So let's talk about the impact of stress on women, right? So we know that stress is a common experience that can significantly, impact women's lives, right? Affecting their mental and physical well-being, right? Many women juggle multiple roles, from career responsibilities to family obligations, which can lead to an overwhelming feeling of stress, right? This constant pressure not only affects their emotional state, but it can also hinder their ability to pursue personal goals and maintain healthy relationships, right? Understanding unique ways stress manifests in women is crucial for effective management and empowerment. Knowing what how this affects you and what the stress is, naming that stress, right? And knowing what it is the way that you can start dealing with it, right? The psychological effects of stress on women can particularly be pronounced, right? Particularly pronounced, can be particularly pronounced, excuse me. Research indicates that women may experience heightened responses to stress. So, this means leading to conditions such as anxiety and depression, which is said earlier. It says hormonal fluctuations, wow, can exasperate these responses, right? Making it essential for women to recognize the signs of stress early. So, say you never had high blood pressure. You're in a situation now that now your blood pressure's up. You're feeling sicker now, right? You're getting depressed more. Anxiety kicks in, right? So all these things are happening to your body, and you like, what the world? What is going on? But you have to pay attention to that. But if you pay attention to it and then you put it in a bundle and you talk to the right people, then there is ways that you can deal with your stress, right? By identifying your triggers and understanding their stress responses, women can proactively create steps toward regaining control over their lives. Knowing what stresses you out is so, so important. Confidence and self esteem are often collateral damage in the wake of stress. When women are overwhelmed, they may doubt their abilities and feel less worthy um, of success and happiness. So it just seems like everything is happening to you. You're doing a whole bunch of things, you're thinking it's working, and you don't see all the work that you start become blinded to all the things that you've already done, right? So now you're looking at a situation where I'm doing all this, I've done all this, I've got all this behind me, but it's not enough. I'm still kind of out of there, right? So you have to realize how much this affects your confidence, right? And your self-esteem, how it overwhelms you, right? So it says here, this self-doubt can create a vicious cycle where the stress or of perceived inadequacies, because now you're thinking that you're not adequate enough, right? Further intensifies anxiety. Coaching in confidence and self esteem can help women rebuild their self image by fostering resilience and encouraging a more positive mindset. So, as you see, coaching, right? Um, I love that's why I love what I do, because I love motivating women. I love making I don't want to say making, but opening up a platform where they can start thinking on their own and thinking of the things that they've done and then be proud of those things, right? No matter what it is. Because everybody, sometimes someone is out there or some situation is out there to make us feel like we're not worthy enough. I'm telling you, in my walk, in my walk of doing all the things that I do, I get self doubt. I don't ever want anybody to think that I'm this, oh, sure, I got it together type person. No, no, no. Every day is a learning experience for me. Everything I do, every person I listen to, every person I talk to, every situation I'm in, it's a learning thing. And I have to see how it applies to me as when I'm doing what I'm doing when I'm helping other people. How else can I help other people if I don't have anything to go on? I don't have anything to go on. I can talk to you guys blue in the face. I can read to you guys blue in the face, but nothing is not an experience that you can talk about and boldly talk about and understand what you went through in that and how you felt. Everything is about feeling. How did I feel when that situation took place? How could I have done something different in that situation? So this is something you have to do, and this is something I do all the time when I'm talking to you guys, right? I'm taking in what you guys when I'm talking to you guys, when I'm telling you, I'm taking it in too. It's for me. I don't know if I said it or not on one of my readings. As you guys know, on most Wednesdays, I do 2 readings on Wednesdays. My Black Queens reading, which is on Facebook, you can join the group if you're interested. And then I have one on my YouTube page called Queen Universal Readings, right? And I made that comment on there because I want people to know when I'm reading, and I'll tell them, Well, when I did my reading of myself, these cards showed up. And then when I do, because I let people know I'm learning from this too. This could be applied to me just as much as it can be applied. It can be applied to the collective or the general person I'm talking to. It doesn't necessarily mean anybody in particular, but it could be to anything, right? So I take that into consideration when I'm doing my readings. That hey, this might be you because it showed up in the reading you did prior that you did for yourself. Because readers do readings on themselves. We have to, we do. Because we got to see where we stand at too, right? So I thought that was important for me to make sure I'm saying that so people don't think I'm just sitting there reading and it's not applying or it's not affecting me. No, they affect me. Every reading I do affects me in some kind of way. Okay. Um, so it says here, this self-doubt can create a vicious cycle where the stress or perceived inadequacies, I can't even say the word inadequacies, further intensifies anxiety. Coaching and confidence and self-esteem can help women rebuild their self-image by fostering resilience and encouraging a more positive mindset. That's what we do, right? In the realm of personal development, stress management techniques can be invaluable. Mindfulness practices, encouraging in a physical activity can serve as a powerful stress reliever. Yes, 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 yes. I'm gonna tell you about this experience, and I don't know if I talked to you about this before, because here she go. Here she go with her stories. Me and my husband was having a heated argument, right? And I was very stressful and I was very upset. I went for a walk. Let me tell you how me going for that walk and coming back changed the whole mood of the whole situation. Literally. And it took me a minute to realize I'm not mad anymore. I literally went for a walk and came back. And when I came back, I wasn't even mad anymore. So I know physical exercise helps with stress. Okay? I know it works because it happened to me. I was like, okay. So I came back and the anger was gone. So taking a walk, doing something to get your mind off of it will calm everything else down for you, right? Maybe if I would have took about 5 or 6 deep breaths, that would have probably worked too. But I left and I needed to walk. I said, I'm just going to walk. And I played whatever it was in my head and came back. It was gone. I didn't even feel no way. So, okay, okay. So, having proven effective in reducing stress level. Yeah. Additionally, engaging in physical activity can serve as a powerful stress reliever, promoting the release of endorphins. Yes, which enhance mood. Right. By incorporating these strategies into daily routines, women can cultivate a more balanced and fulfilling life. So, when you feel like you're getting overwhelmed, go somewhere away from everybody. Okay? Take some deep breaths. Think of something positive. Okay? I know it's easy to say, oh, you're saying, I'm telling you, from my own experience, it works. Okay? It works. Go listen to your favorite music. Okay? Say you don't want to do anything else and you got your phone in your hand and oh my God, I'm stressed. Go to YouTube. Pick up your favorite music. Okay? For instance, I want to hear some good music, right? Well, you got Pandora, you got Amazon music, um, you got all these different what's the names, right? That you can listen to. Okay. So, okay. Or, if I want to feel good, I'll just go to my stuff, right? Um, I can listen to my stuff. Or, there's another one I listened to. I just started listening to it a while back. Just so happened went through. I was looking at manifesting, and I found this lady, and it's upbeat music. See?
I'm not waiting for a single sign. The universe moves when I decide. Every door just swings in tune. I walk in rhythm with the moon. It's a new era of me. Oh, can't you see? The world falls so easily. I'm driven in.
So I listen to that. I listen to my own music. Let me see on here if my music is on here. I can listen to my own music on here. Um, and see if I can find one of my albums. And that's another thing I do. Give me a second here. Let me go to me. Oh. So the last one I made, this is the last video I made. So when I want to, feel, hey there, Brother Jay. So if I want to hear something cute or calming, I listen to my own stuff. So I listen to my own stuff. I need some more subscribers over there on, it's called at Music Princess 2026. Looking for some more people, okay? So that's my stuff. So I can listen to music, right? I can read a book. I have affirmations that I listen to on here that helps out. Let's see here. Um let's see if I can go to my, okay, so I have audio book on here, right? So on here, let me go to my library. I go to my library when I want to hear some awesome, I have 1001 affirmation. I think we talked about this before.
I love helping others where and when
so
I can.
This helps me out too. I mean,
comparisons do not serve me. If I catch myself comparing myself to other moms, I quickly stop.
Okay. So this is what I do when I get to the mode where I need to simmer down, right? I come out of that and I'm okay. I can get writings done. I can get these done, create these books. I can write these. I mean, so it's a lot of different things I can do. Now, you guys also know that I do jewelry, right? That came out of a therapy that I was doing. Yeah, that literally came out of a therapy that I was doing, dealing with a lot of stuff that I was going through. So with that right there is not only a money maker, it's also a therapeutic for me to make my jewelry, because I'm a person that likes to create with my hands. So if I can do that, you know what I'm saying? If I can do that, I can feel good. My anxiety is down. I can listen to music. I can listen to affirmations. I can meditate, pray, whatever it takes for you guys to get to that mode where you're feeling good. Okay, when you're doing, do that. Okay, do that. I'm telling you, take your time and do that. This is about relieving the stress in our lives, trying to get rid of the stress in our lives, or just managing it. Okay, we're going to manage it. Okay, all right. So it says here, ultimately the impact of stress on women is profound. We do know that, but it is insurmountable. Excuse me, but it is not insurmountable. That's what it's saying. By recognizing the effects of stress and applying effective management techniques, women can reclaim their confidence, right? And thrive amidst the chaos. So no matter what, if the world is going on around you, falling down, right? You do have an opportunity to say, you know what? I'm going to step back. I'm going to step back and I'm going to give me some time and think things through. Now, we have these phones, right? We have these phones. These phones can get us through some serious things, right? What I realize is what I have scheduled on my phone for me, another thing that I've scheduled, I have a 20-minute break every day. My phone will alarm me that it's time for me at 1 o'clock to take my 20-minute break. I don't care what I'm doing. I'm supposed to stop. Don't mean I always do, but I try to stay on task where I stop doing anything, right? And I literally just rest. That gives me time to read. 20 minutes is not is a pretty amount of time, right? I can listen to my affirmations. I can listen to music. I can do anything if it's going to calm me down and for me to get back into this stressful world. That's the time I do that in. Doesn't mean everybody has that kind of time. Some people days are so long or so busy they don't even have that. But I believe if you believe in yourself and you want to take care of yourself, the best thing for you to do is take that time out for yourself, because it does affect us. We have people who pass away all the time from stress. Stress does kill. We become, we have all these different diseases in our bodies, right? Caused from stress. Okay. When your body is under a lot of pressure, your body, the immune system is broken down. No matter what you're doing, it's broken down. You have to make sure that you manage your stress. Alcoholics, drug addicts, people who chronically smoke, all those things can come from, because the first thing we want to do is relax, right? All we want to do is relax, and this relaxation goes through the rest of our, for all almost eternity. And then when you start wondering why your body is not acting right, it's because of the things we're putting in it. That goes with our food. Doesn't matter what it, we're putting a lot of things in our bodies that's creating these diseases. Okay. And because of that, that's where a lot of the stress can come from. Now you're in a hospital, you're going to the doctors a lot, you don't know this, you don't know, and you don't want to be dealing with a lot of health issues, right? So that's what we do. That's what happens to us. Let's just be realistic. That's what happens to us, and it has a lot to do with the situations that we find ourselves in or life experiences, period, right? Living, getting up every day can be stressful. And I hate to say that, but it is to some people, right? So it says empowerment through coaching can provide the tools necessary for women to navigate their challenges, ensuring that not only they survive, but flourish in today's fast paced world, right? So recognizing stress triggers. How do we recognize triggers of stress? Okay. It says this is crucial steps toward achieving more balanced life, knowing what triggers you and creates the stress that comes in our lives. Many women often find themselves overwhelmed by external pressures, yet they may not fully understand what specifically causes their stress. They don't. Sometimes we just don't know. By identifying these triggers, you not only gain insight into your emotional responses, but also empower yourself to take a proactive steps in managing them. This awareness can lead to improved confidence and self-esteem as you learn to navigate life challenges with greater ease. Finding out what makes you anxious, what makes you stressful. Start by keeping a journal to track your feelings. You guys know. Oh, she's over there. Yeah. Is she over there? Yeah. I thought I had her right here. Y'all know I keep a journal. I don't write in it all the time because I have to feel something to write in it, right? So when I do write in it, I'm going. I'm writing. I can write 2 or 3 pages without even, thinking. And if you guys know, my journal is a big book, a big notebook. So it's got all kinds of stuff in it. So I just write. Just write it all in there. How I'm feeling at that moment, what I dreamed about, if I'm mad about something, if I saw something, I write. I have to write. And this is a way we We can track our feelings and situations that led to stress. So we'll know where the stress came from. Take note of the times when you feel the most anxious or overwhelmed, right? When are those times of the day that you feel that way? Then that starts to be able to identify the pattern, right? Or the common factors where this stress is coming from. This could be certain environments that you're in, right? Interactions with specific people, like your husbands or wives or dogs or cats. What makes you anxious, right? What makes you um, like go crazy? Um, for instance, my dogs bark a lot, right? And it necessarily doesn't mean there's anything going on. They just like to bark because they're dogs, right? Or if my these dogs are so spoiled, I'll say more spoiled. If my husband goes outside in the front yard, they go ballistic. It's like they have to be around one of us at all times. When I'm in here in my office with the door closed, sometimes they'll sit outside the door until I open it, right? Sometimes I'm trying to do a lot of things and they're barking. Do you know how stressful that is? Especially when I have to do some recordings. Let me tell you what I do. I have to go in my closet to do my recording sometime because, and well, why don't you have them trained not to bark? They're dogs. They train us. Basically, they train us. But no, because and I don't I just like I don't want anybody to stop me from being a human, right? I don't want nobody telling me I can't be a human. But they're not bad dogs. They just like to bark, and they get anxious when one of us are not where they can see us, which is weird. Okay. Um. So so this could be certain environments, interaction with specific people, or particular tasks that you seem to elevate your stress level. What is it that you're doing? What is it that you're doing that elevates your stress level? Um, say that a lot of single mothers, I think, can deal with this, and not of married mother, but single mothers because they have to take on everything. Okay, they have to make sure if you got your kids participating in any extra outside school curriculum, like I mentioned earlier, basketball, baseball, football, um, anything like that. Um, I remember my son was in the band and then he played basketball. There was nobody else to be there. So when I got off work, I had to make sure that I'm there at his games. Sometime I would be the only parent show up at their games, okay, or at his practice when he played in the band, when just anything they did, because there's no honey, can you please go to his game while I finish work here? Was none of that. You have to take on, and every single mother is familiar with it, that you take on this. Then you have to be, not only are you doing basketball, band, and all that, cheerleading, you got to be at her cheerleading practice or be able to pick her up at cheerleading practice, or you have to make some type of arrangement to be able to do that, right? Now, let's not even talk about job stress. That's a whole nother thing. Hitting these deadlines, being a project manager, making sure everybody's doing what they need to do, right? So there's a lot to being a woman in this world where we have to make things happen. And we're able to do it. Regardless of what we're going through, we're able to maintain and we're able to do it. Now, we do at home, we get quiet and in the, I cried because I felt overwhelmed. I didn't try to hide the idea that I cried. I mean, I cried to myself. I didn't have nobody else to cry to, So I'd go in my room and I'd cry because I'm like, I gotta do this is something, I don't wish it on any woman if that's what she prefers. Now, if she prefers to do that, that's fine. But I don't wish it on everybody wants somebody to help them out every now and then, I think, hopefully. But when you don't have that, you have to do whatever you have to do. You have to make things happen. And I see women do it all the time. Now, I don't know how they feel when they get home, right? I don't know how they deal with home life, but I see them out and about doing things. I see them in the different, watching their kids participate in things. I see all that. And I see that she's being neglected as a woman because she doesn't have that help, Grandma steps in. Grandma always been there because I know my mom helped me a lot with my son and with my nephews and nieces, right? When I used to have to go in and out of the country, I couldn't take my son with me. So I had to ship him down here, right? So grandma's always step in and be there. And she took him to things and made sure he got on the buses and go back and forth. She made sure all that happened when I was not able to. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times we don't even have grandma, but we made it through. Our kids are grown; they're on their own. They're doing their thing. You know, they functioned regardless. So yeah, I applaud any woman who can do all of that, right? And deal with the stress of the day. And she deserves a good day. She deserves a spa day. She deserves to hang out with her girlfriends, right? Or get a drink or just take some time to herself. She deserves yoga. She deserves, meditate. She deserves all those things. All right? And there's a lot of people think she don't. Well, she had all those kids. That doesn't matter now. They're here. And she's got to do her best to make sure that they stay safe and they stay fed and warm. She's got to do all that because nobody else is saying, hey, let me take the kids for you. So she's got to do it herself as a single parent. And sometimes married women are single parents. Can I say that again? Sometimes married women take on the role of a single parent because several situations. The husbands might work a lot, or the husbands are totally disconnected. Their job is to have kids, to help you have children, right? And maintain the bills, and they think that's all they have to do. So you do everything else. And we'll quickly say he's a good man. He provides. And we stop at provide. We don't say do anything else. We say he's a good provider. That's what we say. He's a good provider. That's all he does. He provides. He doesn't do anything else. He doesn't help. He just provides. And for a long time in our society, that's all a man was supposed to do. And we allowed it for a long time. We don't allow them to do anything. My husband don't do anything when he comes home. Okay. But didn't you work an 8-hour shift too? Yeah. So why doesn't he help? Because if we both are working, ain't no way. Ain't nobody sitting around. We need to be doing this together, especially when you got kids. We need to be making this happen together. Right? I don't know for everybody. I personally didn't have that because I was not married. So I don't know how that is. But I do know some families where they really let him put a TV tray in front of him, give him his beer while she's doing everything else. By the time supper time hit, he's in the living room by himself, watching the news, drinking his beer, and eating off his tray with his slippers on, and she's running around the house with the kids, even though she worked all day. So, okay, let's move on. You know me, I love scenarios. Okay. Um, so it says here, let's see. It says by recognizing these patterns, you can create a clear picture of your stress landscape, right? Which is the first step in effectively managing your reactions to these triggers. So once you find out what's triggering you, what makes you anxious, When you can put all that together and writing it down and tracking it and saying, okay, when I get ready to do this, this is when my blood pressure goes up. When I get ready to do this is when I get depressed. When I get ready to do this, you can actually name it. And once you get it, like map it out, then you know what you need to do. Okay, so I know I need to add this to this, or maybe to alleviate some of the stress, maybe I need to put a time on. I believe in time management. I try to. And time blocking. And I think we talked about time blocking before. Time blocking is taking your day and breaking it up in blocks of time. Well, that's okay. Like, for instance, remember I told you I do a 20-minute rest? That's a block of time. That's 20 minutes out my day. Every day that my clock goes off, my alarm on my phone goes off to let me know it's that time to take that 20 minute. That's a time block. Say in the morning when you get up, say, let's talk about work, because it's like you can do it for your everyday life. I mean, as far as your personal life, but you can also do it for your work life. For instance, when you come into work, say I'm going to spend about 10 minutes reading emails. And if you don't need that whole 10 minutes, then start doing something else. Now I'm going to read my emails, open up my regular mail, right? So I'll do emails and mail, just or put mail together and do that for 15 minutes. That's one block of time. Okay, the next 15 minutes, I'm going to look at all the tasks I need to do for today, right? That's the second block of time. Say you want to do that for 20 minutes, right? And once you get them all set up, the next thing you want to do is you want to see if you have any meetings that day. So you block off the meeting times, right? Um, and you don't have to be at every meeting, but if there's meetings that are very important, prioritize your meetings, right? See which one is important, which one you can do first, and how long you're going to do it for, right? And you have to let them know, okay, I'm working this thing out and I need, okay, so is there anything vital in this meeting that I need to take away with, to use or work with? Let me know. And then you take that time that you're over there and you block that off. Okay, I got a meeting for an hour. I'm going to do that. Then move on to something else. You know, block off the time. I'm telling you, it helps. It really does. And it's good for you to schedule everything, have everything already, all your tasks, everything you need done already. So when you get ready to block that time out, you know exactly where everything goes. Okay. That'll alleviate some of the stress. Once you say you're not going to do it, close it up. Say you do your emails, right? And it's for 15 minutes. You're doing your emails for 15 minutes. Close it off. Now, if you get a phone call from maybe your supervisor and say, okay, I sent you an email, I really need you to look at it, then open back up and look at it. But if it's not anything prioritized, leave it closed and go to the next thing. You can do that at home too. You can do the same thing at home. Okay, it's time to wash clothes. I'm only washing clothes for an hour. Everything that gets washed, folded, when dried and folded and put away within that hour, that's it. Go to the next task. I need to go through all the rooms and strip all the beds. If you say I'm gonna do that for another hour, that's a whole nother hour. You spend that time stripping beds, putting everything in the laundry room. Don't necessarily mean you have to start washing then, because then that's another, oh gosh, I gotta wash right now. No, put them in the laundry room. When laundry time comes up again, wash them. I mean, it's any way you want to do it if it works for you. Okay? Set it up for yourself. Because what we're trying to do is we're trying to relieve what? Stress. Right? Kids got homework, right? Block out the time you're going to start with them and when you're going to end with them. If you want to give them 2 hours because you have more than one child, right? So you're going to give 2 hours is going to be dedicated to helping them with their homework. Spend those 2 hours helping them with their homework. Block it off. I'm done. Bath time. Make sure everybody, in an hour, you can have everybody bathed and ready to go to bed. And then the rest of the night, whatever you want to do. I didn't say food because we know everybody's going to be eating around the same time. Hopefully, give them that time to eat. I'm not saying rush them to eat, but give them a certain time to finish eating. They get time to digest their food, get them ready, get their homework done. If you want to do the homework first and then feed them, is either way you want to do it. But you need to put it on a time. Put it on a timer. Put a timer in front of you. This phone has a timer on it. Okay? It literally has a timer on it. Let me go here. See this little thing right here? It's a clock. It is a clock. It has a timer. Oh, you can't see my screen is white. Sorry that my screen is white. Let me get it over there. Oh, there we go. That's a timer. All my alarms are off. Let's do that. Yeah. See? Those are times I can actually use, right? To create something. And then down at the bottom, timer. It's a timer. So say 15 minutes. I'm going to work on something for 15 minutes. All I got to do is press start and the clock will start. So there's no excuse for you not to be able to set up times for yourself. Alleviate stress is the main thing we're trying to do. Right? So once you've identified your triggers, you can implement strategies to minimize their impact on you. This might involve setting boundaries in relationships, right? Learning to say no, or practicing mindfulness techniques to help center yourself during stressful moments. Take a moment, like I said, in the middle of a heated argument, I walked away and I took a long walk and came back and I was feeling so much better. And it was so remarkable that it actually did something for me because I wasn't, when you're in that heightened mode. And when I came back, I was like, oh my God, I don't even feel that way no more. It was like a load was lifted off of me. Like I didn't feel that anymore. So take a walk, meditate, walk outside, sit in your car. If it's happening at home and you just need some time and you can't get away from anybody, because sometimes you can't get away from anybody, go sit in your car. Go sit on the back porch, on the back patio. Just get away from everybody. Go sit in the middle of your yard if you have to. You know? Like, I don't want to be disturbed. Leave me alone. You know? You might have to do that. And it's all right. And you could tell that person, if you're having that type of situation, just give me 5 minutes. Even though you need more than 5 minutes, just tell them, just give me 5 minutes. And that's when you can get that time in for your deep breathing, right? And you just feel it like coming out of you, just having that woosah moment, right? Getting rid of it. And then sometimes we have to just be quiet. I'm telling you, it works. It works. It will calm you down, right? Developing a toolkit of coping strategies will enable you to respond rather than react in stress. Yes. This proactive approach not only fosters resilience, but also builds your confidence as you learn to manage your emotional landscape more effectively. You're able to regulate yourself more effectively. Okay? So finally, it says, remember recognizing your stress triggers is an ongoing process. Life is dynamic, and what stresses you today might not be the same tomorrow. Regularly revisiting your journal and reflecting on your emotional responses can help you stay attuned to your needs, right? Embrace this journey of self-discovery, as it will ultimately lead to a deeper understanding of yourself and a greater self-esteem. Which each With each step you take, you are not just managing stress, you are empowering yourself to thrive in a chaotic world. Wow, that was awesome. Now, again, you want a copy of this book, this ebook with the great stuff in it, go to our website, youcan'tclipmywings.com, under shop, and you can download it. Okay. Um, the next one was talking about building a foundation of confidence, embracing unique strength. We'll talk about that at a later date. Matter of fact, when we come back on Wednesday, we'll be back Wednesday and talk about it. So, I hoping this could help you guys. Like I said, different avenues dealing with stress. Okay, let's do this. Let's give some affirmations um, dealing with stress. Wouldn't that? I think we could do that. Let's see if we can come up with some affirmations to deal with stress. I think that'd be interesting. What do you think? Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Now, keep in mind, if stress is overwhelming to you, please do not think that you don't need extra help. You can't do this all on your own. Okay. Me as a coach, and if you need to get a therapist, a licensed therapist, I am a certified coach, not a licensed therapist. Maybe I talk like one a little bit, but I am not one. So I'm saying if you need to talk to a licensed therapist, that might be the next move. If you feel like none of those things that we talked about is going to help you with your stress, okay? So make sure that you're doing those things, okay? Get the right help. Mental health is very, very important. So make sure you're getting your information from the right people, okay? I am just a coach, and I'm not saying that to minimize what I do. I am just saying for you, if it gets to the point where none of these things are working for you, the best thing for you to do is to get an therapist, to definitely um, get a therapist to talk to. Okay, so I'm going to give you some positive affirmations that you can use for stress. One is I am grounded, centered, and stable. I am safe and supported. I will not worry about things I cannot control. I have the power to control my emotions. I choose to think positive thoughts. I am strong, capable, and resilient. I am far stronger than I realize. And yes, lots of times we are and we don't even see it. Excuse me, calm is my superpower. I am resilient. Nothing can shake me. I release worst case scenario thinking. Hmm. I free myself from fear of the unknown. My peace is more important. Yes, 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 yes. I inhale peace and exhale worry. Let me say that one again. That's a good one. I inhale peace and exhale worry. Just say that as you breathe. Peace, worry. And just keep doing it over and over again. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This feeling is temporary. Understand these feelings are temporary. Only you can make them permanent, right? Your way of thinking can make them permanent. when they're only temporary. I choose peace over perfection. That's a good one. The universe supports me in every way. And the last one is all is well. I like that. I am grounded, centered, and stable. I am safe and supported. I will not worry about things I cannot control. I have the power to control my emotions. I choose to think positive thoughts. I am strong, capable, and resilient. I am far stronger than I realize. Calm is my superpower. I am resilient. Nothing can shake me. I release worst case scenario thinking. I free myself from fear of the unknown. My peace is more important. I inhale peace and exhale worry. This feeling is temporary. I choose peace over perfection. The universe supports me in every way. All is well. Now, just imagine saying those to yourself every now and then, or create your own. As a matter of fact, when we do our webinar, we're going to be creating our own affirmations. I actually wrote a book for the seven chakras that has affirmations in it. And I think that's over in my store too. Okay. Most of those are digital download books. So if you want a book full of affirmations, I have one already created for you. Also, um, you can use these with your mirror work and with your shadow work. And we'll talk about that too eventually. We'll get into mirror work and shadow work. Um, and that's like just standing in the mirror looking at yourself, looking at you, not everything around you and having your mind full of a bunch of crap, but literally thinking of just you in that mirror, and you're being able to talk to yourself. It's nothing wrong with talking to yourself. So don't think people say, "Oh my God, you talk to yourself, you're crazy." No, you're not. No, it's a form of organization. Organizational thoughts is when you talk to yourself. I do it all the time. Okay, I'm just saying. It's something I need to remind myself of. I say it out loud. Don't forget to do this. Don't forget. And that's why time management and making a list is so important. Okay, those things are so important. We take a lot of things for granted when we don't realize it's so much more. So much more, you guys. Um, so I am going to leave that there with you guys. I've given you some things you can look at, some things you can also go, and I don't think I even talk about You Can't Clip My Wings Facebook page. It actually has a Facebook page and it is a group. Okay. Go check that out. Some good stuff on there. Go to You Can't Clip My Wings website. Okay, there's great things on there. There's my shows on there. There's a lot of, and all this, what I do here is basically what's on there. That's what it's for, right? Empowerment. For you to start doing things out loud and bold, okay, and being yourself. And, we can get caught up in the new year and saying we're going to do all these 500,000 things and we're not even able to do one of them. Don't get caught up in that. Okay, I'm not discouraging you from having a New Year's resolution. Just do what you can do, because that can also create an anxiety and stress trying to live up to something that you can't do. And that's why they tell you to do your goals in bites. Don't do big old huge goals and then you can't do them and it stresses you out. Don't do that. Take it little by little. And like I said, I told you I don't do resolutions anymore. I literally say, if it's something I'm going to do, I'm going to do it right then and there. I'm not going to hold off and say I'm going to wait to this certain day to do it. I do it. Whether it works out or not, that's irrelevant. It's a learning experience if it doesn't. Failure is not something we need to be running from because there's no such thing as perfection. So being able to fail at something, it's not a bad thing. It's not. It should be a learning tool for you. Not being upset with yourself and beating yourself up should be a learning tool. Move on. When we get to that point in life, because you know why? A lot of times we're so in this competitive mode with everybody else and comparing ourselves with everybody else and how we want to be like every. No, just be yourself. Don't worry about what other people think. Unless you're in the business of impressing people. I'm not in the business of impressing. I'm not. Used to be something I like to do to make people like me and all that. Mm-mm. Just be me. When you can do that, now don't think every now and then things don't bother me, but I don't make it a big deal because I'm not those people that think that, that I have to be. I don't have to be those people. I have to just accept me for me. Me and my quirkiness, my awkwardness, my eccentric thinking, my hypocritical, my contradicting thinking. I have to accept that's who I am. I sometimes can be funny. I'm sarcastic. I'm cynic. I'm those things. I can't be anybody else. I don't have no chip on my shoulder. I try to be nice to people who are nice to me. I try to be nice in general. Those are the things that I can look in the mirror and say about me. I mean, I can't pretend, oh, I'm this and I'm that. No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm I don't want to say I'm just like everybody else because that's not what you should say. I'm me and claim it because we can pretend like we're me and don't claim it. I claim being me. It's not hard. Not hard at all. And guess what? I kind of enjoy it. That's where you need to get. You need to get to the level where you enjoy yourself. Don't take yourself so serious about everything. Okay? Laugh a little bit. Right? Laugh. Laugh at yourself. Because I know that I do it. I laugh at myself all the time. Yeah, do that. Get some quiet time. Get away from the kids. Get away from the hubby. Get away from the wife. I'm not saying go hang out with your buddies. I'm saying just get some time to yourself. Because men need this just as much as women do. So you do the same thing. Get away from the wife. Go sit outside. Just think. You don't have to go golfing or hunting or anything like that. Just get some time to yourself. Just sit down. Because men, I bought my husband a journal, a men's journal. They need to write too. They need to look at themselves too. This shadow work and mirror work is not only for women, it's for men too. It's for anybody. Now, it's up to them whether they take heed to what they're creating or finding out about themselves. And if they want to change, and if they don't, then what comes with it, the stress and the imbalance, the self-esteem and all that, the ego and all that plays a part. But it's up to them. It's just like it's up to us to take care of ourselves. If you want to do anything this year, take care of yourself. And I mean literally take care of yourself. Mentally, emotionally, physically, take care of yourself. Put yourself as a priority. Right? Put yourself as a priority. We're going into a new year with a lot of stuff going on the outside, not us, on the outside, that can affect, like it says, external environments can affect us. You have to figure out a way to not let it affect you. You got to figure out a way. And if it does, how long is it affecting you? Is it a temporary thing? Is it something that you can block out for right now till you get your head right? Or do you need to be constantly in it? Turn off the news. Put down those phones for just a minute or two. That's another thing you can put on your time block. Turning off your phone for a certain limited time in the daytime. If you can, turning it over, not having it by you for a certain limit of time every day. Give yourself a break. Give your brain a break. So there's things that we can do that might stress us out. Because my phone stresses me out depending on what I'm reading. If I'm doing a lot of reading, my phone is stressing me out by reading a lot of the articles and just like being overwhelmed. Instead of me like going to one of my books and start listening to one of my books or reading, because I also have a Kindle on here, reading, instead of me doing that, I'm reading the news and I'm getting anxious, stressed, mad, the whole 9 yards. When all I got to do is turn that sucker over or put it up or turn it off. See, that was a simple thing. Start doing something else. Start creating. Start writing. Anything to get away from that phone for a minute. We can do it. Create music. Listen to my music, you know. Listen to other people's music. Get things scheduled. All kinds of things you can do. I'm just saying. A lot of stuff we can prevent for ourselves. A lot of things we can do and make our lives better on our own. Turn off the news. Because do you understand that they're meant to do just what they do? Keep us divisive, keep us on edge, keep us stressed out. The sicker we are, the better off a lot of millionaires are. I'm just saying. The more divisive we are, it's easy to start to dictate and start using authoritarian methods because we're divided. We're not, you know. If we don't feed that fire, guess what? It won't burn, but we feed the fire. And not only are they burning, we're burning too. So, yeah, take some time out to do that. We will be back Wednesday. Monday night at 7 o'clock is our webinar. Everybody who's gotten their invite, um, definitely, I've had some people already said they've already registered. I'm excited. Can't wait. We'll do that. And then we'll come back Wednesday and we'll kind of talk about it. We don't talk about everything in the meetings, in the webinars. We're not talking about everything. We're going to be talking about certain things that I want to get across to you guys. Again, thank you, Talk Shop Live, for this definitely opportunity to do this show over here. You guys know we do the Universal Collective Network, the Can Be Frank Show, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. We didn't do it this week because, everybody was doing their little thing. But we should be back in operation. It probably might be Monday night. Might be. Depends on what time my webinar is over because I can't have both of them running at the same time. But whichever well, the webinar is more important, so I'll have the webinar going at that time. If we come on, we might come on a little late. You guys know that's where the politics is talked about. That's what national news, all that stuff. We discussed it over there on that platform. The Kevin B. Frank Show. Yeah, we get raw because I don't have anything to hide. We get raw and nasty over there. We might say some things that's uncomfortable to some people, and it's very black oriented. To be honest with you, it's melanated oriented. Yes, it is very much so over there. Just letting y'all know. So if you want to join us, you can. If you don't, that's fine. It's on Facebook. Usually we're on Facebook in the Universal Collective Network, RAM. And definitely share that if you want to. We thank each and every person who subscribed to that Facebook page. Thank you guys. I want to say thank you to each and every one of you guys who subscribed to all our pages. Okay, thank you for the Queen Universe, being Black Queen reading, to You Can't Clip My Wings, Universal Collective Network, to my YouTube channels, all of them. Thank you guys for the subscriptions. I need more on my music channel. Okay. I want to thank. I got 3 more subscribers, so I'm looking for more people to subscribe so I can go live over there. I can't go live until I have 50 or more subscribers. Okay. More subscribers I get, much better it'll be. And it'll give me confidence to keep making the music that I make over there. You see, things I could do to calm me down, to keep the stress away. And that's you guys helping me. Hello, hello, Miss Dixon. Thank you, Miss Dixon. Miss Dixon already registered already. She's one of our registrars for the class on Monday, for the webinar on Monday. I'm excited, excited, excited. Miss Dixon, did you get a chance to read your book? Hey, I went over the first chapter of Empowering. I already went over the first chapter. So if you got a chance to read it, you can go back and watch this again. You can replay this and watch it again. Or you can go over on our Facebook pages because we're on Universe Collective Network. We're over on YouTube, and we're over on Fat and Fabulous by Design Facebook page. So we went over the first chapter of this book, okay, ebook. Like I said, if you guys want a copy of it, you can hit me up, or you just go over to you can't clip my wings .com/shop to get a copy of this. So when we talk about it again, you could go over with me. So I want to say thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Miss Dixon, I'm about to, yeah, but that's all right. You can watch it again. It's over there. You'll see it on it's on Universe Collective Network, or go to Fat and Fabulous by Design. You can go check it out over there. That's all right. No big deal. She said, okay, great, great, great. Awesome, awesome, awesome. That's all right. You didn't know. You didn't know. So I will see you guys, whoever signed up for our webinar and you register, you're ready to roll. I will see you guys Monday. I will see you guys Wednesday. So we'll be back here Wednesday at 7, I think it's 7 o'clock or 7:30. I can't remember. And we will go ahead and continue with our book. If you want more of this, we're going to continue doing it. And again, go get a copy so you can follow along, because this is not set up for me to do the side by side like I want. It doesn't get me to share the screen like I want to. So I have to do it this way. All right. So you guys, Miss Dixon, thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you, Brother Jay. Thank you, each and every one of you guys who come out and hang out with us over here on Talk Shop Live. Um, I'm excited. Looking forward to hanging out with you guys again. So bye bye. La, 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 la.